Okay, so this is called a blind contour line. It's technically a continuous line, but I've taken two videos here. One is what I'm looking at, which is my hand and the pine cone. The other is showing what I'm drawing, but here's the deal. Once you put your pen to paper, you can no longer look at your paper. You can only look at the object. So all you have is your peripherals, and technically you should really be focusing on the object. I actually pressed down pretty hard on the paper so I could feel where I was, but it's really hard to do blind. So when I say blind, I'll give you two peeks so you can actually peek over at what you're doing. But really, you want to try avoiding that. You want to try going as blind as possible. Now, these drawings are probably going to be some of the ugliest drawings you've ever made. Certainly, they are for me. But it's teaching you how to look and really follow your line in time with your eye and kind of feel it out. That's one of the most critical skills as an artist is observing accurately. So not just predicting what you think a leaf or a pine cone looks like, but actually drawing it out and trying to see it for its own individual self. So really looking at what you're drawing and trying to replicate it. So on something like the leaf, I'd like you to include veins and some details folded over. And yes, it's going to end up looking kind of blobby. So I'd like you to do this with at least 4, maybe 5 objects. If we don't have time to watercolor, that's fine too. Here we go. I did lift up my pen once there, but that was because my paper was falling down because I had no clip, so I had to clip it up. So again, I'm looking at that skull, and I'm not looking at my paper at all. And you can see it's wonky. Like, look how big that right eye socket is. Ridiculous, right? But I can't see what I'm looking at. And like I said, I'll grant you 1 or 2 peeks, but that's it. Here's my next one. I do want you to do one of your hand, and I'll come up with a list for you of your objects that I'd like you to do. But again, go slow. This is me actually drawing in real time. Try and articulate the shape. Follow in time with your eyes. And I had to remind myself to go slow too. And on that first finger, I forgot to include the crease marks where the joints are, so where the bend in the finger is. I forgot to include that. You know, it's okay. This is not supposed to be a perfect drawing. It's to teach you how to look. This last one is of the mannequin that's kind of in the corner over there, so I was just trying to draw that. It is okay to draw something that you see in the classroom. I just wouldn't pick something that's too simple. You want to challenge yourself here. Take your time, try and articulate it to the best of your ability, and don't get upset if it doesn't look a thing like your object. Maybe pieces of it will. Like you can see that's the hand there on the mannequin, but if it's not looking like perfect as a whole, then that's okay too. If you do find yourself with some leftover time, go ahead and watercolor in a couple of these. You don't have to watercolor them all in. And then make sure you call me over so I can give you a score for this assignment, but I also want to see your continuous line work. If I haven't graded that so far, I'll need to give you a score for that, and that is out of 50 points for that continuous line we did the other day on block day. This one will be for 10 points.